Welcome everyone. Let's jump right in. Today, we're unpacking what is basically the definitive crash course for conquering Rwanda's road regulations. Whether you're actively cramming for your driver's license or you just want to really understand the flow of traffic here, this explainer gives us everything we need to know in a very clear, straightforward way.
So, I have to ask, are you ready for Rwanda's roads? Whether you're currently burning the midnight oil studying for that provisional driving test, or you're simply planning an epic self-drive trip across the beautiful hills of Kigali, mastering the local traffic code is, well, it's absolutely vital. The rules here are highly specific, and knowing them, it doesn't just save you from hefty fines, it genuinely keeps everyone safe.
Here is our roadmap for today's explainer. We'll start with speed limits and signals. Then, lighting and visibility rules. After that, vehicle dimensions and loads. And finally, sharing the Rwandan road.
Okay, let's dive right into this. Section 1. The need for speed and signals.
Let's set our baseline. In urban areas, think downtown Kigali, the absolute maximum limit is 40 kilometers per hour. Out on the rural highways, it opens up a bit, allowing up to 80. But get this. If you're driving a taxi on the open road, your limit actually drops down to 75 kilometers per hour. And a quick heads up, definitely stick to these numbers. Automated speed cameras are strictly enforcing them everywhere across both city and provincial routes. Now, if you're behind the wheel of something heavy, like over 3.5 tons, the rules get noticeably stricter. You actually have to display physical maximum speed plates on the outside of the vehicle. It's a way to ensure massive commercial vehicles are visibly restricted. Plus, if your vehicle can exceed 40 kilometers per hour, the law requires a working speed indicator positioned right in your clear line of sight at all times. No guessing allowed. Now, what's really fascinating here is how the law scales acoustic warnings. Your horn's required volume depends entirely on your speed capability. Standard vehicles need a horn that can be heard from a full 100 meters away. But if your vehicle literally cannot top 50 kilometers per hour, that requirement drops to 50 meters. And for small mopeds, just 20 meters. It's an incredibly logical system when you think about it.
Moving right along. Section 2. Seeing and being seen.
Under Rwandan law, a red brake light only needs to be visible from 20 meters away during a sunny day, but at night, that jumps massively. It must be clearly visible from a minimum of 150 meters. The logic makes perfect sense, right? Daylight totally washes out red bulbs, but in pitch black, trailing drivers desperately need that full 150-meter buffer to notice you braking so they can slow down safely. Speaking of blinding people, high beams are strictly regulated. You have to actively switch to your low beams in 3 exact scenarios. First, well before meeting oncoming traffic or pedestrians. Second, if you're trailing someone under 50 meters, unless you're actively flashing to overtake them. And third, if you enter a well-lit urban area with 100 meters of clear visibility, those brights need to go off immediately.
Rwanda's roads also feature this fascinating color-coded language. A green light on the front means an available taxi. A green light on the back left means a driver is legally signaling that it's safe for you to overtake them. Flashing blue? That is strictly for emergency priority vehicles. And those flashing orange school bus lights? By law, they can only be used for exactly 100 meters before a stop, and during the stop to load or unload kids.
Let this number sink in for a second. 75 meters. While standard cars must illuminate 100 meters ahead, the law actually cuts a break for smaller motorcycles. If your bike's engine is under 125 cc, your legal illumination requirement drops down to exactly 75 meters.
All right, let's shift gears. Section 3. Size, space, and weight.
To avoid getting slapped with a dangerous overloading penalty from the National Police, you absolutely have to know your spatial footprint. Cargo cannot hang over the back of your vehicle by more than 3.5 meters, or the front by more than 2.7 meters. Your absolute total width caps at 2.65 meters, and your height tops out at 4.2 meters. Go over these, and you're officially a road hazard.
But there are some really practical exceptions here, especially for agriculture. Transporting bulk items like straw or forage, your width can stretch a bit to 2.75 meters. Operating locally within a 25-kilometer radius, you actually get up to 3 meters, provided you stay out of the city. Also, heavy farm vehicles are exempt from needing thick rubber tires. They can use rigid wheel bandages, as long as they don't tear up the public roads.
Here is another incredibly specific yet totally vital number you need to remember. 1.25 meters.
If you're pulling a trailer or carrying loaded goods behind a standard motorcycle without a sidecar, this is your absolute maximum width. Any wider than this, and the balance of a two-wheeled vehicle just becomes critically unstable.
Now let's talk about pulling weight with an unbraked trailer, because the math on this is pretty clever. It works like this. Take the empty weight of your car, add your own body weight, and cut that final number in half. Your trailer and its cargo absolutely cannot weigh more than that resulting number. It guarantees your car will always have enough mass to stop the trailer safely.
Finally, let's bring it all together. Section 4. Sharing the Rwandan road. Let's do a rapid-fire round on parking, because space in Kigali is at a premium, and the rules are zero tolerance. Do not park on sidewalks, near intersections, on yellow curbs, in bus lanes, or blocked driveways. Also, absolutely no off-roading in national parks like Akagera. Violate any of these, and you will get clamped or towed almost immediately.
Mapping the road visually is crucial. If you spot a narrow section bordered by two broken parallel white lines, that is a dedicated cycle lane. It's explicitly reserved for bicycles and mopeds. If you are driving a car, you are legally prohibited from driving or parking anywhere inside those dashed lines. Keep entirely out of it. When the road narrows, and it's basically a one-lane squeeze, who goes first? Well, you'll want to watch out for a very specific priority sign. It features a bright blue background. If you see a white arrow pointing up in your direction and a red arrow pointing down for oncoming traffic, you have the priority. It instantly communicates the right-of-way, which prevents nasty gridlock on tight mountain passes.
Safety isn't just for vehicles, which honestly I found really interesting. If an organized group like schoolchildren or a marching force is walking on a roadway in fog or heavy rain where visibility drops under 200 meters, they must carry lights. By law, they need a white or yellow light at the front left of the group and a red light at the rear left, right nearest the center of the road.
Modern technology is also actively shaping Rwanda's roads. High-risk zones like long bridges or blind crests use automated luminous warning systems. If these signs light up while you're driving, it means someone behind you or in the opposite lane is actively initiating a blind pass. It's an automated command to hold your lane, maintain your speed, and let the system prevent a collision. It's a real game changer.
And that, folks, is our cheat sheet. We've covered the exact speeds to hold, when to dim your lights, the strict math of cargo, and the hidden language of the streets. So, I leave you with this. The next time you get behind the wheel, how will you use this knowledge to not just avoid a ticket, but to actively make the road safer for everyone? Are you ready to take on the road? Thanks for joining me on this explainer, and safe driving out there.